The People's Democratic Party has officially zoned.
I've never done what was done today.
A lot of reactions across the country, with some saying that it's the move in the right direction considering the 2023 elections, while others are saying it is a political tactics and a means to amend broken alliances. Anyways, we'll be cutting through the noise and asking questions that needs to be asked right here on Morning Polls, the pulse of Nigerian politics. My name is Sharon Enemchuku, and I'm joined in the studio by the beautiful, delectable Ifoma Oji.
Good
morning.
Please,
Your sight was so eyes. You look beautiful.
Thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome the ever epitome, elegant, poised, demure, beautiful Sharon Enemchuku.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Oladimiji will think we've forgotten you, but we've not forgotten you. We're also joined via Zoom by our analyst in person of Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi.
Good morning,
sir.
Fucking guys, you guys are cracking me up.
We're happy to do that. That's what we are here for. This Nigeria is tough enough. Good morning, sir. All right, we're going to go straight to the topics and the story that we have for today. So a lot is going on, but let's take a quick look at the video by a PDP chieftain making his comments on the zoning ticket that was handed over to the South.
I've never done what was done today by the neck of PDP, and I say it's really unprecedented.
Unprecedented to the extent, and I'm looking at to my question as a two-way.
The party have never done what was done today by the neck of PDP, and I say it's really unprecedented.
Unprecedented to the extent, and I'm looking at to my question as a two-way.
All right, we just saw that video, but we'll take a quick look at some of the comments that have been making rounds on X so that we get the entirety of Nigerians' reaction to this news. So David Brand says, if they like, they can zone it to the moon. Canada court has given them a name. Oh, the terrorist accusation. Youth in Persa says, party zoning is only one piece of the puzzle. Real change comes when citizens translate interest into turnout. Exactly. Peaceful, fair elections and a secure future are only possible when everyone votes, because united we are the government. Low participation weakens democracy. Protecting the vote begins with voting first. Join us. Elections are the bedrock of good living. Wow, that was beautifully said. Ayomi Chidi says, now we know why it wasn't possible in 2023. Atiku, same way he buyed ADC. But ADC is still alive. AI Francis says, who is the candidate? Something they were supposed to do in 2023. Well, it's better late than never. Dear official PDP Nigeria, please come back 2031. You couldn't unseat Buhari. Is it Tinubu you want to exit? Someone that came in through the back door. Oh, interesting. Salvesto Film says, nice decision. Goodluck Jonathan is the perfect candidate that can unseat Tinubu. PDP needs to persuade him to contest. Oh, I'm seeing Goodluck Jonathan's name often now. Omotayo Williams says, Atiku has declared he will run for presidency under ADC. Peter Obi has said he is part of the coalition. A faction of Obedience say they are not doing primaries. ADC must give Peter Obi the tickets. But we know this will never happen. I don't know how we know that. Labour Party is in disarray. What is the way forward? I am unable to sleep at night knowing the elections are just 16 months away. And these are some of the comments we just heard. What is the way forward? I am unable to sleep at night knowing the elections are just 16 months away. And these are some of the comments we'll just be taking briefly, but I'm going because this morning you said as well that you were unable to sleep last night because of the problems of Nigeria, and you can see your fellow concerned citizens saying the same thing. But about this, the question, why now?
Thank you for that question. First of all, well, I don't know what is keeping Amata awake. I know what's keeping me awake. And it's not even politicians, it is the response of Nigerians that disturbs me. All right, I randomly discuss these guys because, look, you cannot wake he who pretends to be asleep. These guys are best. So now what to, begin to speak to them as though they would listen today and begin to get involved in governance. No. I will speak directly to the Nigerian people, and their response, to the situation on ground is worrisome. All right, the demography for the PDP registration just came up yesterday, and the turnout is still very, very underwhelming. So, coming to your question, Sharon.
Yes.
I don't know what calculations the PDP shifters are putting into what they're doing. Well, it's better late than never, though. However, what happened to them in 2023? Why were they so adamant? Even when Nigerians came begging that they gave them a candidate, why were they so adamant? Even when it was, obvious that the gentleman agreement still exists, that the zoning system is followed. I don't know how, formidable they can be. Perhaps they are just trying to recuperate, gather momentum. Maybe against another electoral step, but I don't see them coming as an opposition in 2027. Now, something, is begging for answer in me. And the question is it possible that, they are able to come together now because the clogs in their will are no more there, or that they are finally calling the bluffs of those who have held them bound for a very long time and kept that, organization lifeless.
Okay, so I just wanted to add something to what he said. In 2023, it was as if they were gambling their tickets in that 2023, because even their constitution, they went against it. It states that they were the power is supposed to rotate between the north and the south, and 2023 was supposed to be the south, you get, and they gambled that ticket. So I see it's more like they are trying to, reunify the party and heal open wounds that have been there for years. And that this party was the party that Wike was part of then, and I think Wike partly kind of made them lose that election because he was mad at them. He was angry at them that they are supposed to, the South are supposed to, rule at that point in time. So he felt, or the party, him and his group felt marginalized, sidelined, that why would they, give Atiku the ticket when the South are supposed to have the ticket. So I think it was basically them trying to, unify the party once again.
So that's what they're trying to do now.
Yeah, open ones. Yeah.
But still, the PDP chieftain, the video that we are going to watch later on, he came out to say that what this means for the Northerners in PDP is that they should go and look for another party. So he's saying that they are now sidelining the North. I don't know exactly where he's coming from, Mr. Oladimeji, but yes, exactly. He's saying that the Northerners in PDP will now have to look for another party. And he also said that it is not constitutionally right for NEC to come and make such declarations, saying that since they have a Northern chairman as their PDP chairman, that they should now give the presidential ticket to the South. But what's your take on that? The intervention of NEC in PDP's case, do you think it's going to calm the rising or roaring storm, or is it going to make it worse, Mr. Oladimeji?
The first step, to putting a stop to the frequent bullying of the bully is to stand the bully.
Yes.
I think that is what currently doing. They have been bullied by some persons who have grown in power and weight beyond the party, and they have seen themselves as the numero uno of the party instead of the other way around. So if they go by this and they see it through, it would mean that they have completely decided that they are calling the bluff of these bullies who are constantly, responsible for the comatose state of the PDP today. As for that man, you see, sometimes I ask myself how we come about some elders in this country, permit my words. Because instead of you, as an elder statesman and a stakeholder in the party, to foster unity,
yes,
in that you are busy, clocking the wheel of that process of unity, and you keep bringing the rhetoric of division into political discussion. What do you mean? What kind of narrative are you trying to shape into that information space when it is already obvious to all of them there, even if northern counterparts, that the gentleman agreement of zoning is still very much effective, and the disobedience to it was responsible for their state. It's just greed of politicians who just want to grasp at power by all means
necessary
with national unity.
I see your points, Mr. Oladimeji. But how, coming to you, Former, now, with the way things are, how do you think this is going to play out in the general scheme of things? How do you think this decision will span out?
Well, I'm actually seeing PDP rising again, even though they've fallen then with their internal crisis. But at the end of the day, it still depends on who they will choose to run for them for the 2027
depends
election.
on who they would choose.
Exactly,
that is apt.
Exactly. But I think the North will be pushing on, keeping the vice president and other top offices for themselves, you get. But I think if they choose the right candidate for this time around, I think things
all right.
Yeah.
Speaking about the right candidate, that is very crucial.
Yeah, if they don't, you see Tinubu will still win again. He'll keep on cruising.
So talking about that right candidate, right, Mr. Oladimeji, there was a comment that we saw, and they were kind of insinuating that former President Goodluck Jonathan will be best suited for the candidacy coming from PDP for the 2027 presidential elections. If former President Goodluck returns, how do you think this would affect the political atmosphere generally?
First of all, let me establish my own personal position on either Goodluck Jonathan will become contesting or not. The man is currently enjoying the envoy of the United Nations. A very, very smooth diplomatic corps service. The African nations. He's currently enjoying his duty.
Yes. They really stressed him.
Now break. First of all, such a man, I would, if I were in family and he comes to discuss that in the family meeting, I would say, Uncle, like something is doing. And continue it. All right?
Yes.
Go on to serve African continent, by extension. Let other ends do this. But if, hypothetically speaking, he is going to throw his weight into the contest, I think it changes the dynamics for everything. And the danger in it is that you give more credence, all right, to the continuity of this present administration that we have. Should Goodluck Jonathan throwing his challenge.
So you think if he comes out, he would just make it easier for Tinubu to, remain in power? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely. If you permutate it, they're from the south. You cannot take away the goodwill that Goodluck Jonathan enjoys.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't take away, and you have to be factual. You can't take away the goodwill he enjoys in the region, especially when, it is now very obvious that he actually was not interested in the blood of Nigerians.
Yes.
That was why, he had to let go at that time. He wouldn't even wield the authority of the office he holds.
There was this comment.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Mr. Oladimiji.
Yeah, there was this comment I made in one of our shows when we were talking about Jonathan and the rest of them.
I remember
and I mentioned
that.
something about the Constitution, 2018 Constitution, which states that anybody that has been sworn in before to complete anybody's tenure can only run but once. You can't run second time. You're only eligible to run once. But some lawmakers are coming out to say that there is high chance of somebody running again according to 2022, so that there's possibility that this man can run. But some people are saying because of the fact that the Constitution says, according to Section 37, says so, that the man might not run again. But at the same time, I'm seeing it that if this man should come out for 2027 presidential election, that I think the case or this particular thing will definitely end up in court.
Oh, in court.
Yes, because it's kind of, they are trying to, is he eligible to run? Is he not eligible to run? So he's
all right, that's quite dicey. But I also wanted to bring to our notice, because during Mr. Oladimiji's comments, he was saying that they're now standing up to the bullies in PDP that have tried to stop or stunt their growth. Talking about that, earlier during one of our programs, we talked about the fact that the Federal Capital Territory Minister and person of Nyesom Wike said to PDP that they must give this presidential ticket to the South. They must zone it to the South. And during that time, they were having private meetings to agree or whether not to agree, and they actually agreed to his terms. And now we have seen that they have made it official. But apart from that, Nyesom Wike is also saying that the convention that they want to hold in November in Ibadan will not hold, because he's not in support. He doesn't think that they are carrying everybody along and they are doing things the right way. Now PDP has come out to officially say that yes, because NEC said that the national chairman for PDP is from the north, the zoning should go to the south. And they are saying that as they have done that, it doesn't change the fact that that convention is going to hold as they said it will hold. Do you think now that PDP is on its way to reclaiming its power as a major opposition party in Nigeria come 2027? Let me start with you, Mr. Oladimiji.
Okay.
Well, I said it earlier. I am not sure they will be sufficient enough to be ready for 2027. Hopefully, subsequently, they get their acts together in 2031. They can buy, and hopefully Nigeria would have strong institutions that can, coordinate us in the right path. However, right now, the most important and paramount for them is to call the bluff of this individual called.
Yes, sir.
You cannot eat your cake and have it. You want it zoned to the south, it is zoned to the south. Now you want to preside over
The convention.
The choice of venue. Well, and it begs the question. I said it earlier. In Nigeria, political parties, are like puppets to politicians. And in actual fact, the principle of democracy, political parties are surrogate parents to politicians. Politicians are those who go into offices to drive the policies of political parties. That is the way it has always been in democracy. But today we have individuals like Wike who want to control, dictate, and direct the tempo that the political party goes. Well, I wouldn't blame him. The once upon a time like Jeff's party in Africa is subjected to take, to be to be ostracized, what they call
ostracized,
held down by, an appointee of government currently who holds no, political mandate of the people. It is just
it's quite sad. It is.
It has come to the point where
yeah,
they will be having this kind of issues.
And it's quite sad for such a large party.
And
as
another thing, if they don't hold this convention, it will actually make them look disorganized, not just in the face of other parties, but in the face of Nigerians, and it will look like they are weak. You understand? I mean, they play to Wike's tune every single time. I mean, they've already agreed to his terms, but them, backing down in this convention will actually, make them look weak and feeble.
All right. So, from what I'm hearing from you and both Oladimeji, you have varying opinions on how PDP is going to resolve their issues. You believe that PDP might be able to resolve their internal crisis. Mr. Oladimeji does not see that happening. But I wanted to ask, so now that it has been, given to the South, the Oyo State governor has come out to say that he is interested in getting the presidential ticket under PDP. And there have been different reactions to that. I think I've gotten your reaction, but I also want to get Mr. Oladimeji's reaction to this. The Oyo State governor, Seyi Makinde, for president of Nigeria 2027. How do you see that playing out? Do you think that is going to strengthen PDP's chances, or is it going to weaken it?
First, let PDP, ride this storm they are currently on. I think that should be their primary target. When if Seyi Makinde wants to vie for office of the president, in 2027, well, why not? His city will include that afterwards. He's going in there for, with the intention that he would, have an impact in the election. I think that is way off his head. I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
And you have to look at the political, real estate that you own before you begin to discuss your candidacy.
Yes, I understand what he's saying now. But talking about candidacy, right? The chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has come to say that concerning the fact that there are some people that are clamoring for Mr. Peter Obi to return to the PDP, that he would first focus on the November 8 elections for the Labour Party governorship candidates, and after that he will then pay attention to what is going on and the pleas of PDP and see what he should do going forward. But let me start from you, Format. Do you, because I've asked you this question before and I remember your response, but now with the way things are, when I asked that question, we're not sure PDP was going to give their ticket to the South, but now they have. How do you see this? Do you think it's going to change Mr. Peter Obi's direction?
You know, I feel like there's possibility of, you know, his direction being switched to PDP, because according to him, he said that he's not all about the party, that whatever will foster unity and change in Nigeria, if it is regardless of the party, that is what he is, you know, up for. You get, and that was when he campaigned for ADC, for people to support ADC for the by-elections. You get, so you could see that he's somebody that has the interest of Nigerians at heart and change at heart. So there is high possibility that he might return to PDP. But at the same time, if he returns to PDP, we already know that, I mean, PDP already have mixed feelings towards him. So he might actually shake things up. But I think if he goes back, there is high chance that, you know.
Okay, so to you, Mr. Oladimeji, the same question. Mr. Pitt will be returning to PDP. Is that a possibility you see happening?
Anywhere Peter Obi goes, he's always with a political leadership, a voting bloc. So it does not matter if it is, it does not matter if it is AA, it does not matter if it is AC. It goes with his real estate, with his political voting bloc. Now, returning to the PDP, I personally would advise, if I were to stand before Peter Obi to give him this advice, I will tell you, returning to the PDP, you know, should be on condition that you would give, it should be on a complete consensus agreement that you would be handed that ticket. Even if they were going to go into the primaries like, you know, the APC did in 2015 when the consensus candidate was unanimous inquiry, and they just went into the primaries to, you know, ramp it up. So if you are going into the PDP at all, let them have that agreement with you. But if not, the PDP can just keep
they can forget about it, right? I see that. It's good to make that agreement well stated in the beginning. But now, still talking about the forthcoming elections, and, you know, we have people that have been showing interest. One of them that we talked about yesterday was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who is hell-bent on ruling Nigeria. We have Mr. Peter Obi as well, who also ran in the last election. And, you know, there's the possibility...
that is resting.
Yes, of Goodluck Jonathan, who is enjoying his service and his duty to us in a different way and form. But with all of this now, how do you see the reactions of Nigeria, the reception? Because Mr. Oladimeji made mention of the fact that he's highly disappointed with you know, how Nigerians are taking their preparations towards the forthcoming elections, talking about voting, getting PVCs and getting ready, and, you know, making up their mind that they are not selling their votes. But do you think, again, from 2023 to 2027, that type of momentum that we saw in 2023, that we are going to experience it in 2027, or is this going to be different?
No, I'm seeing the landscape, the political landscape, you know, different this time around. It's no longer the ball game it was.
Business as usual.
Yes. So this time around, you could see that PDP, they are ready, and they are including the South in their zoning. And not just that, we are seeing the coalition.
Yes.
So all these things is new to Nigeria, even though we've experienced coalition before, but we've not experienced we've experienced something of this nature, the the zoning. But at the same time, it's kind of PDP is giving the vibe that they are ready for 2027, and this time around they are not repeating the same mistakes they made in 2023, and it's looking like they've kind of somehow flushed away old or bad eggs from their
somehow
to different parties. So, but at the same time, if I am to advise PDP, I think, like I said before, the whole thing lies on the candidate you're bringing out for 2027. I mean, you should get somebody that is credible, somebody that is transparent, that can account You understand? And they need to fix whatever is going on within them
Yes.
before 2027. I mean, Nigerians need to get to see all that. Then coming to APC, it's actually going to be hard because these are the people that have always been in power all this time. So it's really hard. I know the 2027 is really going to be hot.
It's going to shake everywhere.
Yes, coming over to Labour Party, we already know that P2B has Nigerians at heart, and Nigerians have P2B at heart too. So some of them will tell you wherever P2B go, we go. You understand that is P2B or
nothing.
No one. So you could see that people are still standing on P2B. Then coming to ADC, I think people are still trying to find their ground. Like, should I support or should I not support this coalition? Because, like I said before, it's still the same set of persons that have been in leadership before, that didn't make any positive change, that are still coming to this new party. So it's kind of really going to be tough coming 2027, but we look forward to it.
All right, Ifoma, so you are foreseeing a political warfare in Nigeria. Mr. Oladimeji, just quickly so we wrap it up, do you agree with Ifoma? And if you were to advise Nigerian citizens, you made mention of the fact that you feel it's underwhelming, the efforts that they are making towards their preparation for the 2027 elections. What would you say to Nigerians now, a Nigerian that has lost hope in Nigeria?
I would say that in the middle of this despair, that, you know, they should channel that hunger towards having their hands on power. And how do you grasp power? You grasp power when you have, you know, the levers to control it. That lever that you have is your voting card.
Yes.
Go get that voting card, which is your instrument to will at will who stays and who goes.
Yes.
To get pull out in the midst of all of this, you know, economic sabotage and wrong policies and reversing what have you stagnation and even international embarrassment and shame. All right?
Yes.
It is that all of these that you should sum up as a people, as a collective in this country, to go get this card. Forget what the INEC can do, whether they can manipulate figures or what have you. You know, it's a common idea in the space that the umpire is compromised.
Yes.
Yes. But even there are ways that Nigerians can wiggle their way with the window that has been given and overwhelm even INEC with this registration. So that it becomes difficult to manipulate.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimeji.
In addition to what he just said, I just want to, you know, speak to Nigerians because I am a Nigerian. See, there is, like I said yesterday, there is limit to what these people, to the rigging these people can do in elections.
Yes.
And if you sitting at home and watching me is not tired of the food crisis, the insecurity, the inflation, every single thing going on in this country, I am tired. I know that most of you are tired of it, just like what Mr. Ladi against anybody that is not supposed to sit on that throne as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You have that vote. It is your right, your fundamental right. It is your primary right. It is your basic right. So utilize that opportunity. And we know that there is things like all these godfatherism and the rest of them. But I promise you that a situation whereby people keep on not voting for a particular candidate or not supporting a particular candidate, that candidate, I promise you, irrespective of the person backing that candidate up, will want to please the Nigerian youth, will want to please Nigerians, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is your vote that matters. So by the time it gets to that point, utilize that opportunity and do what is right.
Thank you very much, Ifoma Oji. That was beautifully said. Just to wrap up the show, if there's anything that I'm going to tell Nigerians again, is the fact that come 2027, we cannot be playing sentimental politics. We can't be saying, oh, this person's ambition. It's Nigerians first. This is where I would advise us to be selfish as Nigerians and choose you first, because when we look at other countries, that is what they are doing. So come 2027, they've said everything. Prepare your mind. You can't afford to give up now. Who will fix Nigeria if you do? Thank you once again for doing this with me, Ifoma Oji. It's always a pleasure. And to our analyst in person of Mr. Oladimeji, thank you so much for doing this again. And to our viewers, you have just watched Morning Pulse, the pulse of Nigerian politics, right here on Active Citizens. If you have not subscribed to our show, please endeavor to do that. And the comment section is yours. Say whatever you want to say, your opinions, but be constructive about it. Leave it in our comment section. If you have not followed us across all social media platforms, endeavor to do so. You can find me on my own personal page on Instagram and Facebook at Sharon Nmchuku, and you, Ifoma.
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miselex.
And for you, Mr. Oladimeji, where can they find you?
I'm on X, formerly Twitter, Oladimeji.
All right. Thank you so much again for doing this. Until we come your way in the evening for Active Citizens Parliament, do have a good morning.